Hey YouTube, it's Hannah Loba. If you want more MotoAmerica content, check out the new and vastly improved MotoAmerica Live Plus app. It's the only place you can catch all the race action in one place all season long. Click the link in the description below.
We get a look here, Greg, at the starting grid.
This is the way they qualified anyway. It's Herfoss, O'Hara, and Landers on the front row.
Then we have Gillum, Kyle Wyman, and Rispoli was supposed to take that spot, but obviously won't. Bobby Fong Flinders, who is also a scratch from this, Jake Lewis, Travis Wyman, and Corey West. Max had a big crash this morning.
Revs are up. Here we go.
Wow. Good start from Tyler O'Hara. Good start from Kyle Wyman on the second row. He's already up to third. He's trying to get by Herfoss, and he does. For a brief second there, he gets by Kyle Wyman in the second. Look like O'Hara leads. Wow, look at, is it Gillum or Rocco that just turned up underneath everybody in turn two? It might be Rocco Landers in second place, or is it Gillum? It looked like O'Hara just had a problem.
Look at Rocco Landers.
So it's Rocco Landers who does a tremendous job getting through turn one. There's James. You see the cars right behind him. So to your point, Greg, they probably waited for these guys to get up to turn one. So it's Rocco Landers leading. Tyler O'Hara second. Herfoss having a look up underneath Wyman. He's going to make that pass. So the two championship points guys are going back and forth there for third. And Rocco Landers trying to play a little bit of spoiler, as is O'Hara. Looks like Gillum in fifth.
So the Revzilla Motul, Vance and Hines, Harley Davidson at 97 of Rocco Landers. Look at Rocco trying to get that motorcycle downshifted. There's a lot of English in his right wrist. As Landers onto the back straightaway, he'll pull the trigger on that Harley Davidson road glide. And man, he comes off that corner really well.
Yeah, and he's just hungry for one of these race wins. For Terry Vance, this would be really cool to see. You know, he gave this kid a chance this year at the beginning of the year. He's riding two different classes for that Vance and Hines team. His Twins Cup leading the points in that. And at the beginning of the year, he really struggled getting the hang of this big bagger, and he's just continued to try to get better. Now, this is interesting. The two teammates kind of going back and forth here. Herfoss wants to get through, as you see Rocco get extremely sideways there.
Wow.
So Rocco just really riding this big bagger hard at the moment. But he's had pace all weekend, Greg. He's had a really, really good pace. The guy in third right now, Troy Herfoss, he went 13.7, like I said. That is so fast on these bikes around here. As you can see, it looks like O'Hara runs a little bit wide. Wyman's still there in fourth. Hayden Gillum just off the back in fifth. And I believe it's Bobby Fong there as well.
Dunlop tires, slicks, where the rubber meets the road. So important here in motorcycle road racing. It's the defining factor. And of course, Rocco Landers out on the edge of the paint and just letting that motorcycle move around. Now let's get to the third member of our broadcast team, Hannah Lopez. Kyle Wyman goes into third place. Hannah, but with 2 minute and 14-second lap times, it can be, a lot of things can happen by the time you get to your pit board.
Yeah, and you can see, if you look at how much Rocco's bike's dancing around up underneath him, and Herfoss is just kind of following him in. And where that really comes into play is late in the race, as the tires start to get a little bit more used, and just a little bit wide on the exit there of turn 10. So
for Rocco Landers, he still controls his pace.
That's what he's going to need. So we've heard him say at the beginning of the year, Rocco's an ambitious young man, I believe, and it's still on Rocco's front fairing. Let's see if Troy Herfoss, he's going to have a go, Greg, up into turn one.
Full send it for Troy Herfoss. He's going to get a turn. Rocco sees it, and he goes up the inside. Gives him room, has a look over his shoulder. Is Troy going to have position? Rocco doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's got his first win sitting right out in front of him, and Rocco Landers is going to push as hard as he can for his Revzilla Motul Vance and Hines Harley Davidson team. So advantage goes to Rocco Landers.
Yeah, but this is where Troy has actually been able to keep that gap a little bit closer as they come through here. He knew that Rocco's fast in this first part of the track, and so he has to try to stay as close as he can. And going up over this hill, this next hill is going to be key. He's going to have to get through turn 10 cleaner than I've seen him do all race long. See how much gap Rocco's pulled away in this first sector? And that is going to be the key. If Rocco goes on to win this race, that is where Troy will try to get himself better tomorrow. As you see, he's trying to get in there close, and he's made another mistake in turn 10, and that's the race right there, Greg.
But Rocco Landers doesn't know that. He thinks that Herfoss is on him. He may hear him behind it. I talked to Rocco if he wears earplugs when he races, and he definitely does. For a rider like you, Jay, who doesn't, you can hear a little bit more. But Rocco needs those earplugs to control what goes on around him, and off the back straightaway they come. Herfoss able to make up another couple bike lengths.
He's going to have 2 places where he can try to take a shot if he can get close enough. The next one will be in the next left-hander that they go. The thing is Troy takes a very tight line down through this section. I think Rocco's got just too much of a gap here. You can see he wants to have a look. He's not quite close enough. The next place is going to be after the long right. Now, historically, when you look at Rocco through these big long turns like this, he's been so good from Junior Cup to Twins Cup to Super Sport. And look at the gap that he's continuing to pull away. Herfoss now knows he's got to settle for second, get these points, and come back and fight another day tomorrow. Rocco Landers has done a really great job here.
So for Herfoss, trying to gather 20 points, get a couple back from Kyle Wyman, who's on the back of Tyler O'Hara. But here we go, onto the front straightaway. 97, Rocco Landers will take the checkered flag in his first Mission King of the Baggers victory. What a run for Rocco Landers and his team.
A battle for third went to Tyler O'Hara. Tyler O'Hara ends up third over Kyle Wyman and Hayden Gillum.
Yeah, a lot of wins, and it's a little sad seeing him not able to get on the podium and really soak that win in after as hard as he rode and put together such a great race. But I think Rocco will take it any way he can get it. Now he's got to focus on the Twins Cup, try to get some fluid in him, and try to cool down a little bit.
It's great to see the respect that he has from the other competitors as well. You heard Troy Herfoss say there that it's hard to race somebody that wants it so bad. I don't know what issue it was that Troy was referring to that he had.
Yeah, something was going on. I don't know if it was setup or something with the bike, but where he felt strong, he wasn't able to maximize what he thought he could do to make a pass. So I'm sure they'll get that fixed before tomorrow.
It's been a great day for that SNS Cycles, the Indian Motorsports organization, with riders in both of the Hooligans and Mission King of the Baggers. Let's go back over to Greg and Jason.